Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Fredericksburg. We are situated on the ancestral homeland of the Rappahannock and Patawomeck tribes, and where enslaved people were forced to work on the land. We acknowledge that this land holds many histories, great stories, and the blood of a people.
Spirit of community, Spirit of the hungry, Spirit of the restless, the feckless, and the angry, Spirit that will not be divided in spite of everything we've decided. Be with all of us gathered here. Upend our certainty and our fear. Invite us to solidarity. Startle us into clarity. Surprise us with the next path, the next road. Sacred comfort, holy goad, call us on. Spirit of abundance, of wonder and of oneness, Spirit of the beaten, the tired and defeated, Spirit that is always more, Spirit that is always whole. Bend our certainty and our fear. Invite us to solidarity. Startle us into clarity. Surprise us with the next path, the next road. Sacred comfort, holy goad, call us on.
Good morning. I'm Ed Rodriguez, and I will be your worship associate this morning. If you are joining us as a guest or a first-time visitor, we are glad you are here. You are invited to leave your contact information at the welcome table in the foyer. We look forward to getting to know you. Everyone is invited to fill out a card about a short, personal, significant joy or concern that you would like shared during the service. You may pick up and leave your card at the Joys and Concerns table in the back of the room. Our pastoral care team member will collect the cards and read them later in your service. Here at the UUFF, we strive to nurture learning, inspire spiritual insights, create compassionate relationships, and lovingly transform our community and the world. Please join us after the service for coffee and conversation. I invite us all to greet one another. People online, if you have muted your audio or video, please take a moment now to unmute that we can all greet one another face to face. Morning.
Hello.
Hi, Shirley.
Hi, Becky.
Hello. It is so good to have have all of us here together today.
Our call to worship this morning are words by the Reverend Joan Java. Out of the depths of unknown, the spark of life ignites, and we are born to enter a world, a universe not of our making. Our lives unfold out of mystery and wonder, questions around which there are no defiant answers. We gather in community to seek one another, to seek assurance and recognition, compassion and strength, together to be reminded of what is most ultimate and what is most sacred in this spirit of searching and reverence. Come, let us worship together.
Please join me in reading our chalice lighting words, which are found on the screen. Yesterday, our distant ancestors gathered around a flame to share their stories and find comfort. Tomorrow, our descendants will gather around a flame, talking of the life we will never know. But today, it is we who gather here around this flame, seeking, believing, and being together.
Our opening hymn today is number 1023, Building Bridges. Please join me in singing. Building bridges between our divisions, I reach out to you, will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions, friends, we could make such sweet harmony. Building bridges between our divisions, I reach out to you, will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all our divisions, I reach out to make such sweet harmony. With all of our voices and all our divisions, I reach out to make such sweet harmony. With all of our voices between our divisions, I reach out to make such sweet harmony. With all of our voices and all of our visions, friends, we could make such sweet harmony.
Friends, we could make such sweet harmony.
I'd like to invite any children or those young at heart to join us up front this morning on the carpet. Good morning. So I'm wondering who wants to help open our Wonder Box this morning? Okay, well, I saw 3 hands, so why don't we all help out? Because I have a feeling there was a few things in here. So do y'all want to help pass those out to everyone? Yeah. Yeah, just make sure everyone has one so we can talk about it. No, not yet. Yeah. Well, let's give it to our friends on the carpet. Yes, just for us. It is. All right. So what's on our piece of paper? Yeah. A map? Okay, so a mountain, okay. And they're climbing up the mountain, going to whatever this building is, perhaps. A church? And what are they carrying? A lantern. You know what? That reminds me of a story around one of the foundings of one of our Unitarian churches in Transylvania. Transylvania, yes. I promise there's not vampires in this story. You don't think so? Well, there was a young girl named Zora who was a part of a village that didn't have a Unitarian church. They lived in a village that had a big mountain and thought, what would it look like if we built a church on top of this mountain for all of our people together? So the community came together. They started working to build a home, but in doing so, they realized something. On top of the mountain, it was really dark. They couldn't find their way to the church. And so what they would do was carry lanterns in the morning and at night to find their way back. Zora wondered one day where their family lantern was. So she asked her mother. Her mother told her that she had the lantern, that one day Zora would have that lantern. And you know what Zora did with it? Take a guess. So families have been leading people up to the mountain.
So that way
They can find the church. And what do you do when you find the church? Finding a community with $10,000. I wish we had $10,000. Do you find community?
yeah.
Do you find friends? Do you find, maybe? It depends. Do you find a place of acceptance? Probably. Belonging? So Zora, her friends, and so many others kept going and going. And that little church in Transylvania grew and grew. And our church here is much like that church. No, we don't have to carry lanterns to find our way, but we gather, we find our way, and we come to be here. So I'd invite you all to take these, to maybe color them, because I know someone pointed out brilliantly, there's no colored pencils or crowns in the box. That's because it's up to you to bring that light and to shine that light so that all can find our faith when they need it most.
For a second, because now we are going to head off. There's no official RE today, but we are having a game day. And there might be Hershey's Kisses. I'm not saying, But, so I'm going to invite anyone who is 4 years and younger to join and that would not be you, to join Miss Nancy in the nursery. And the rest of you will head off to the elementary room, formerly known as the middle school room, with Miss Jenna. And we will see what we do today, okay? And happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I hope you had a great weekend. So let's sing these kiddos out. Are we ready? Are the words on the screen? Yay, oh, yay. All right, help me sing them out, please. Here we go. You've got the light of love within you. Go on your way in peace. So let's run.
Settle the body and the mind, beloved, and arrive. Close your eyes if that feels safe in your body. If not, that's okay. Focus on the flame, hear a voice. These questions. Why did you first come to a UU place of worship and community? What were you seeking? Were you seeking love, healing, connection? Were you seeking a place to be yourself, to bring your whole and authentic self, your hurting, beautiful self? What did you find when you arrived? Did you find a smiling face, a warm and welcomed embrace? Did you find a space of healing, a reminder of the worth you had forgotten? Settle the body and the mind, beloved. Arrive and arrive again.
A reading from Reverend Barbara Myers. Once, during my ministerial internship, a woman I'll call Clara came up to me during the hustle and bustle before the Sunday service. I knew that Clara struggled with anxiety. Now, in great distress, she told me how anxious she was and that she didn't know what to do. She was frantic, and I didn't know what I could do for her. At a loss, I suggested that we get out of the busy hallway and go together to a nearby empty room. I sat with her there, holding her hand in silence and thinking, what can I do? What can I say? I don't know what to do. After a couple of minutes, she said to me, I feel so much better just sitting here with you. I was amazed to realize that just by being present with Clara, caring about her, I had helped her, that my presence in and of itself was a gift, and that her acknowledging it was a gift for me as well.
For many years, UUs have named that love is the enduring force that holds us together. And this still holds us together today. But how we are called to love could be changing if we are willing to lean in to the unknown. As Unitarian Universalist in religious community, we covenant congregation to congregation and throughout our association to support and assist each other in engaging our ministries. We draw from heritages of freedom, reason, hope, and courage, building on that foundation of love. This language comes from a draft of the Article 2 revisions to the UUA bylaws. This is where the 7 principles and 6 sources of our Unitarian Universalist faith live. A growing, ever-changing living tradition. How we are called to be Unitarian Universalist in a word could be changing as we begin to frame and reimagine who we are, how we will be in the world, and of why our gatherings even matter. So I'd invite you at a later time to get familiar with the Article 2, for changes are coming. But as Trent Simon Shelton, a former American football player who is now a founder and president of a Christian-based nonprofit organization, puts it, sometimes that broken thing we keep trying to put back together is keeping us from living a life more beautiful, just waiting to be built. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm going to say that again. Don't get me wrong, because I am not saying that our faith community or that this community is broken. Not entirely. There are many beautiful parts of both our faith and our UU communities. What I am, however, saying is that there is so much more space for nurturing growth, inviting change, and embracing the community in love as we seek to transform the world. Take the mission of UUFF, for example, to nurture learning, inspire spiritual insight, create compassionate relationships, and lovingly transform our world, our community and the world. The words are right there. The call to transform, to create is right there. And so we come to this space again and again. We gather each week. Some of us get dressed, get in our cars, and drive. Others join us from home in their PJs, curled up in bed. I'd rather be in bed. But the point is, we gather. Why does that matter? Why does it matter that we are called to nourish, to inspire, to create, and to transform as Unitarian Universalist? Because it does. It matters because there are communities like ours where people, maybe for the first time, hear a message that they are not alone. I think back to the first Sunday I stepped foot in a UU church. Seems like a long time ago now, but it was only 2017. It was January 1st. We all know the November prior. We'll just stop there. But everything I'd been doing in my life, all the spiritual practices, the meditations, all of the big wonderings of questions of divine that I thought I could leave behind, were all racing back to me. I'd been involved in community activism for many years prior and knew of Unitarian Universalism, but saw it as a mechanism to get people where I needed them to be, mainly protests and rallies and events. So I'd call the local UU church. Hey, there's this protest happening in downtown. You should get some people here. The community could really use the support. Of course, Tennessee Valley UU in Knoxville showed up again and again and again, and they continued showing up for 4 years. Now, I wasn't going to show up on a Sunday morning because I didn't need religion or spirituality in my life, but I appreciated their showing up. And in their showing up, when I needed it, I showed up. I showed up because I knew, or I thought I knew, and I was right, that this community, that our Unitarian Universalist faith can be a community that nurtures, sustains, loves people into being. What I found was just that, but so much more. I found a sense of belonging, I found a calling. I ignored it until I didn't. I answered the call of love, and I'm still answering the call of love. I answered a call to ministry, and I'm still answering and wrestling with that call. And any settled minister anywhere will tell you, we're always answering a call. Whether it's a call to help the community, whether it's our own call, or trying to get out of the call. It doesn't work that way. So we show up again and again. We gather in our communities to love, to sustain, to nurture, to inspire, and to create. We lean into every unknown situation and challenge, ready to embrace whatever possibility lies ahead. And so, beloved, that's why I choose to gather. But what about you? Why does our gathering on Sunday morning, during Wednesday night meetings, during potlucks, during some of the wonderful adventures that have been taking place? I saw on social media that a group went to an arcade. There was talk about going axe throwing and rock climbing. So why does that matter? It matters, at least I would say it matters, because at the root of it all, we are a community. We come together, some for worship, to have our spirits filled in moments that we don't know the answers and need someone to lean on. This community is there. We come together like we did last Sunday and line this building with food and feed our beloveds. We take care of and nurture one another. You could say we're a family in that regard, feeding the mouths of our children, our youth, and everyone who enters into this space. So, with all the gathering we do, ask yourself what would happen if we were to stop gathering. We're not going to. So again, don't get me wrong. But imagine, what was your life like before finding the Unitarian Universalist Church? Think back to the village that was in our story this morning. Communities coming together to create exactly what they need. Beloveds, things are changing, but we will lean in because our Unitarian Universalist faith has always leaned in. And so, beloved, there is that invitation to lean into the unknown, to the uncertainty, to the change, to create exactly what we need, to lean into love again and again and again. And so, beloveds, we gather every single Sunday. It matters. Why does it matter for you? Take a breath, beloveds. I don't have the answers. None of us do. You have your own answer as to why you choose to gather here, why you choose to be you, and not Lutheran, Episcopal, Baptist, Catholic. Insert your religion or formal religion there. You choose, we all choose to be here, to love the world, to inspire and create, And we choose it again and again. And that's why it matters. And so, beloveds, may we continue choosing. May we continue choosing to show up for injustice, to speak up, to go to the Fredericksburg and Stafford school boards and demand that they treat LGBTQ students right. Showing up here on Sunday morning, that's a start. Showing up in the community, the road, and in the life of someone who doesn't even know we exist. That's why we show up. That's why Unitarian Universalism matters. That's why it matters that we are here, that you are here. And so, beloved, show up. Show up for all that is holy, unholy, just and unjust in our world. For our community, our people need the light. They need us to be the ones carrying the lantern in the darkness, ready to embrace them with love when they are ready and need it most. May it be so, because we have already made it so. Ashe. Blessed be. Now is the time in our service for congregational reflection, and the invitation is there.
During the offertory, you are invited to come forward and silently place a pebble into the bowl of water for any joys and concerns that you are holding in your heart. The ministries of this fellowship continue to wholly depend on the generosity of spirit from our friends and members. If you are online, we encourage you to donate via text message or by visiting our website and using the online donation form on our home screen. We will post the text number and link in the chat and on the screen. Greeters will also be coming around with a basket for in-person donations.
We belong to one another, to each other we are bound, as we build a world together, full of joy that we have found. What we are, we owe to others. When they need us, we respond. We belong to one another, and we hold a common bond. We rely on one another at the dawning of our days, when we learn from those around us how to live in loving ways. As we grow, we need each other and the gifts that we can share. As our lives come to their ending, how we need each other's care. We give thanks for one another, for each heart and hand and face. We are grateful for the blessings that infuse our lives with grace. May we offer our abundance as we're given. May we give in our thanks for one another. May we help
May all that has been shared and freely given here help us to grow in generosity and caring for the world of which we are all a part.
Good morning. I'm Marsha Wilson, she, her, and I'm a member of the pastoral care team. As a caring community, we share these personal matters that you want this community to hold in our hearts.
Our closing hymn is number 354, We Laugh, We Cry. Please join me in singing. We laugh, we cry, we live, we die, we dance, we sing our song. We need to feel there's something here to which we can belong. We need to feel the freedom just to have some time alone. But most of all, we need close friends we can call our very own. And we believe in life and in the strength of love. And we have found a need to be together. We have our hearts to give. We have our thoughts to receive. And we believe that sharing is an answer. A child is born among us and we feel a special glow. We see time's endless journey as we watch the baby grow. We thrill to hear imagination freely running wild. We dedicate our minds and hearts to the spirit of this child, and we believe in life and in the strength of love. And we have found a time to be together. And with the grace of age, we share the wonder of youth. And we believe that growing is an answer. Our lives are full of wonder and our time is very brief. The death of one among us fills us all with pain and grief. But as we live, so shall we die, and when our lives are done, the memories we shared with friends, they will linger on, and we believe in life and in the strength of love. And we have found a place to be together. We have the right to grow have the gift to believe that peace within our living is an answer. We seek elusive answers to the questions of this life. We seek to put an end to all the waste of human strife. We search for truth, equality, and blessed peace of mind. And then we come together here to make sense of what we find. And we believe in life and in the strength of love. And we have found a joy being together. And in our search for peace, maybe we'll finally see, even to question truly is an answer.
Please join me in reading in unison our words for extinguishing the chalice found on the screen. We extinguish this chalice, but not the light of love and service. May it be a catalyst for spiritual growth and social justice as we carry it outside these walls to the world we live in until we are together again.
Beloveds, may we continue to change, to grow, to evolve, and to transform this community, our community, and the world. May we continue showing up. May we continue showing out when needed. And may we always be the ones to side with love, to shine the light, to invite people in. Go in peace and go with the love of this community all around you.